A large majority of British people think the government's struggle for a Brexit deal has become so all-encompassing that other crucial challenges have been forgotten about, a poll has revealed. The exclusive survey for the independent by BMG Research showed some 60% of people believe important domestic issues are being ignored by ministers as Brexit relentlessly diverts their attention, with problems faced by the NHS and the housing market consistently appearing in surveys of voter concerns. Whitehall departments are undertaking a major recruitment drive to hire thousands of new civil servants to cope with the burden of Brexit, while the government admitted last week it has not carried out any impact assessments into the implications of leaving the EU on the British economy. Conducted amid the turmoil of last week's fraught Brexit negotiations, the new poll shows Labour edging ahead of the Conservatives by 3 points and Jeremy Corbyn's satisfaction ratings outstripping those of Theresa May. Pressure on Ms May to push Brexit talks forward was momentarily lifted earlier this week when she secured a withdrawal deal, ending Phase 1 of negotiations. But the progress followed a week in which her political agenda was dominated by Brexit issues both in Brussels and in the House of Commons. That, in turn, followed weeks of rolling negotiations with the EU diplomats and different factions on her own backbenchers to ensure any deal did not destroy her administration. Asked to what extent they agreed with the statement, the government has spent too much time focusing on Brexit and has forgot about important domestic issues. A majority backed it. Overall 19% strongly agreed, and 41% somewhat agreed, meaning 59% agreed to some extent. A fifth, 20%, neither agreed nor disagreed, 7% did not know, while 12% disagreed somewhat, and only 3% disagreed strongly, giving a total of those who disagreed of just 14%. When don't knows were redistributed, the total who agreed critical domestic issues are being forgotten hit 63% and 15% disagreed. The data is a stark warning for a party stung at the election by a public tired of austerity, angry about the housing crisis and worried about the state of the NHS. In October, it emerged that the civil service will have to hire an extra 8,000 staff to deal specifically with Brexit, a sign of how its resources are being diverted towards the challenges of leaving the EU. Philip Hammond has warned that diverting money to Brexit preparations could squeeze the NHS. Getting nearly 3,000 new posts have already been created to help face what will be the biggest administrative challenge they have faced for half a century. Brexit Secretary David Davis told cabinet colleagues that Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs will also have to recruit between 3,000 and 5,000 new members of staff next year. If the new recruits earn an average of £50,000 each, the wage bill would top £400 million. But that's a drop in the ocean compared to the £35 billion to £39 billion the UK will have to pay the EU as part of its divorce settlement, a figure many expect to rise higher. That also does not include the cost of new technology and extra infrastructure at borders that may be needed, which Chancellor Philip Hammond has suggested could divert funds from the NHS and education. The UK has not conducted a Brexit impact assessment on any sector, says David Davis. Mr. Davis faced a grilling on Wednesday when he admitted the government had not conducted impact assessments into the effects on specific sectors of Brexit, or on the wider economy of leaving the EU's customs union. The new polling was taken between 58 December, as Ms May desperately struggled to secure a withdrawal deal after her Northern Irish political partners scuppered an earlier attempt. The furore appears to have not helped her or her party's public ratings, with Labour opening up a 3-point lead, rising to 40% once don't knows are excluded, compared to the Conservatives' 37%. In terms of leaders' satisfaction ratings, Ms May hit -35% satisfied, and 65% dissatisfied, while Mr Corbyn had a rating of -12.44 per satisfied and 56% dissatisfied. Asked who people would prefer to see as the next Prime Minister, the pair were effectively tied. Once don't knows were redistributed. Ms. May had the backing of 32% and Mr. Corbyn the support of 33% of people. BMG interviewed a representative sample of 1,509 adults living in Great Britain on 58 December. Data awaited. BMG are members of the British Polling Council and abide by its rules. Full details at bmgresearch.co.uk. Polling more about Theresa May, Jeremy Corbyn, Brexit. Reuse content.